Checking in on today for Run Free and Live. Today is January 23rd, so if you think about it from the first of the year, today is the 23rd day of January, but it's also the 23rd day since I started talking with my new coach, so on week 4. The time trial was on roughly, just January 5th or 6th time frame? I think January 5th. Yes, January 5th, correctly, because it's been 18 days. So 18 days ago, I ran a time trial of 2 miles for 12 minutes and 55 seconds, an average of 6:27 mile pace. Not bad to start off the year, right? Since that time, I've been given workouts, easy days, recovery runs, long runs, progression workouts, track, different things to kind of shake the body up. And nothing, I haven't done anything twice yet, which is pretty cool and good. The fact that my coach has so many things in the toolbox to go after and try. I like that. That's one of the good things I like about the coach. It's actually made the last month not so boring and also not so. Um, so I have something to look forward to. That's the only way I can describe it. Something to look forward to that I didn't have before. I was looking forward to runs, but now it's like, where am I going? Am I going to the track? Am I going to a run on a different course? Am I doing hill? It's such different. It's nice. Anyway, but however, the one thing I've been noticing is the times he set out for me to hit or be in the time. He would give me like sometimes 10 to 20 seconds of leeway depending on what the pace, excuse me, what the course was and what we were doing. But I've been hitting completely under that pace to the point where this past Sunday's long run slash progression run, I hit the paces almost 30 seconds faster than what we were supposed to hit. And I'm like, wow, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right or wrong, but from where you want me, it just feels too easy. What do you want me to do? And we kept talking about readjusting the paces, maybe doing a time trial again, or maybe just figuring it out by just moving numbers around and then just seeing where the body goes. So this morning, I got up. I've been up since like what, 12:30 a.m. just right before 1 a.m. Not on purpose. I just couldn't sleep. I wrote my coach and tell him I've been thinking about the runs and the paces and I feel they're off, and that I want to do a time trial again to see where I'm at. I see nothing wrong with that. I really don't see anything wrong with that at all. The good thing about when you're paying somebody to be your coach and everything, it's not like you're doing this and that's it. It's a give and take. So he gives me information and things to do, and I have to also listen to him. He's like, okay, I'll try things I've not done before. I'll try and see what happens. And also, I'm able to push back as well and say, wait, I don't like this. I like that. This is how I feel. And then it's a team in progress, a team environment, which I actually been enjoying. Someone else to bounce ideas off of. And so I decided to go against the grain. It's the first time ever doing something completely different than what he subscribed. But we have been talking about doing another time trial to gauge my fitness because the paces are off. We should try to do something. So today's run was a lot better, feeling wise, when I started out than it was yesterday. The past couple days I had, today's Thursday, so I had Monday off completely. It's because he said I should take days off every once in a while. And so this is the first day off in like 2 weeks, completely. And so then Tuesday and Wednesday were like recovery runs, just nice and easy to get back in the swing of things. I've been in Normatec. I got the cryo last night, cryo chamber, and I felt ready to go. So I feel a little bit of in the muscles and everything. I felt a little bit, not stiff, a little stiff, but overall not too bad, I thought. And I decided let's go for the time trial. So 2 mile warm up, do the strides, about 4 of them, 100 meters down, 100 meters back, and let it go. I noticed the first 2 laps were a little fast. So the first lap was roughly around 1 minute and 31 seconds, and then at lap 2 I was 3:05. And on that point, you would think I'd be hitting a 6:10 if I kept that pace up. However, the pace did go a little bit further back, and I hit 6:18 on the mile. And then on the second time around of the mile 2, because it's a 2 mile time trial now, I hit 130, 135, 134-ish, and then I hit around 3:11, I'm thinking, if I remember correctly. I just remember hitting on the third lap 4:45 and thinking, okay, I have to run a minute and 15 seconds to do a 6 minute mile, and a minute 25 to do a 6:10. It's a lot faster than I've been running all the laps, and that's what I remember running. I came in the last lap on the mile two of 6:12. Very good. I was sprinting the last lap to get it going, so about a minute and 27 seconds that last lap, which is very fantastic considering I've been running close to almost 10 seconds slower, and actually 10 seconds, maybe 10 to 13 seconds slower per lap earlier. Going back to the first mile too, the reason I think if I could have gone faster or later on is I would have gone out as a 305, 335, said 301, 331, and then hit at a 315 at maybe at a how do I say this? A 315 at two laps. I picked it up from there to where I need to be. It's like I wouldn't have been as much tired, I guess. You notice how if you warm up, when you have 6 laps to go, or when you have 2 laps to go, is easier than when you have 4 laps to go. So my overall thought process is just if I was a little more conservative, maybe instead of going out 131, I would have gone 137, right? And then you come back with a 135, right? That brings you around 312, which is just around 310 of where I was before. And then you keep that same pace, and now we're at you keep the same pace, and then you're at the 620, 618 roughly for where I was already. But I just said I went a little slower in the first lap. Keeps the momentum going, plus also keeps you not as tired, and you have more energy, and your legs can move quicker throughout the race, and possibly could have came home. Even if I had the 618 in the first lap or 619, I think you could have come home maybe a couple seconds faster, and then overall you could have got a 610 for the last lap, or even a 609 for the last mile. That's just what I'm thinking about when I'm looking over this 2 mile time trial today. I am right now doing the Normatec this morning. I'm at 30 minutes, and it's actually feeling really good in the legs. I'm going to do a good stretch down today and drinking lots of water and fluids. I'm just very happy with the way everything is right now when it comes to the training. I remember Christmas last year, I was around 620, 625 for a couple miles, and somewhere around the same time frame as I was last year on my own. But I remember I was having some issues December last month where I was around like probably 645, 640. I didn't really know where I was. And now I feel like I found some groove where my miles are being run, but they're being controlled, but they're not being as random, or I'm not having to focus on the times. Because one thing that's different now I've noticed using the coach is I used to have to worry about hitting a pace. If I didn't hit the pace, I was all upset about it. Like, oh, you didn't hit the pace. What's wrong with you? And now he doesn't give me a pace. He gives me a range. So if I hit the first lap and it's a 3031, and the second lap is not 331. I'm sorry, like they're doing this time trial today. The first one was 131, and then the second one was 310. So basically a 339. Basically, if you think about it, that's how it is. Before I would have looked at it as, are you going slower? What's wrong with you? Because you did almost 9-10 seconds slower the second lap. What is wrong? But there's nothing really wrong. It's just you're running slower because where you're at. And that's how I've looked at it. I would have been so upset, and the pace is thinking, oh, my training sucks. But since he allows me to go into that leeway, and he's teaching me to be open that every day you're not going to run perfectly. You're going to run paces that are off. But as long as we're going the direction we want to go, that's key. And that's been so different in a mindset shift. And I'm very happy and thankful for that. And I won't bore you guys anymore with what's going on this morning, but that's kind of basically where I'm at with the time trial today. And we'll see how the year progressed. And oh, by the way, with the second time trial underway and finishing, I do think it's possible that come July, which is 5 months from now, July 4th firecracker, which I want to run, it's going to be pretty flat, the course I'm going to pick. I have a couple different options I'm going to go with. And I think it's possible that I can probably run a minute faster, so around 16 minutes. I was shooting for low 17s, but I think we can get into the 16s and 15s possibly. So if you're on 5K at 5 minute mile pace, That's 15 minutes plus 30 seconds roughly for that point one. That's 15 and a half, which is super fast. I know. It's exciting to know that I'm just about a minute, about 20 seconds roughly from there. But we got a lot to work to do in 5 months. I think it's possible, but we'll see what the body does. All right. Thank you for listening and take care.